Okay, how are we looking? Make sure this doesn't fall off my head. Boy. You know life is life, and when you're drinking rosé wine at what time? 2 o'clock in the afternoon. From a big glass, by the way. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. If you are here for the very first time, my name is Nissy Tee, content creator, speaker and entrepreneur, all about helping women reclaim their power and level up in every way. And if you are returning, welcome back. Hope that you guys are doing really, really well. So as you can tell by the title of this video, life has been lifing. You guys would have noticed that I was super consistent let's say like a month and a bit ago, started posting my content again. I was doing really, really well, enjoying life. Like I said at the beginning of this year, I really wanted to make sure that I was consistent back on YouTube, giving you guys what you deserve, really showing up in this space again. I missed it so much and I just knew that I really wanted to get back onto my YouTube game. And we started off really well, and then life being life, curveballs started coming my way. The month of March, guys, I honestly just want to take the whole month, just throw it in the bin. Like, that month just was trash. It was horrible. It was so bad. And by the way, I just want to make sure that I'm very clear on some things, though I won't be going into detail as to what it is, because it's not actually about me. It's about a loved one, and a loved one basically not being well. And I just wanted to clear that, because I don't want you guys sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, is it her marriage? No, my marriage is still wonderful, as wonderful as you guys left it. In fact, maybe even better. Marriage is still great. Everything is still good. Like, business is still going well. We've had a few bumps in the road, a few ups and downs, but that's business. It's not anything that I'm not used to anymore. But basically, a loved one is very, very unwell currently. The thing is, I have faith and I know that God is doing it. God has done it. Anyone that's part of my prayer group that I do every single morning, everything is in the description box if you want to join, will know what's been going on in my personal life, because we've been praying together. And honestly, the ladies in my Activate group, Activate is the prayer group that we do every morning, Monday to Thursday, 6 a.m. British time. But those of you guys that are part of that group will know what's actually physically going on. For everybody else, I've just literally been kind of saying, even on my socials, that life has just been lifing, and things have been really hard, guys. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Things have been so difficult. And the reason why I wanted to do this video without any makeup on is because I had a feeling I was going to get emotional, because this is super sensitive. My family know that this is where I'm at. This is where my family's at the moment. But things have just been hard, guys. And I'm not gonna cry. Long story short, life has been lifing. And it's been a very difficult season. And it's so annoying, because when you're going for a really hard time, and by the way, a hard time that you can't control. So this is something that I am unable to control. I cannot control it. There's nothing that I can do other than literally just have faith, believe in God to do what he does, and pray. That's all I can basically do during this time. And by the way, guys, I've just washed my hair. This is not just for the aesthetic. I've literally washed my hair, and as I was in the shower, I was like, I need to film. I haven't filmed in weeks, just because I haven't even had the time, the energy, the strength. I've been up and down between London and here and home. My life has literally been upside down. I've been living out of a suitcase for the past 5 to 6 weeks. It's been a lot of just stuff that's been going on. But anyway, I don't even know what I'm saying. Apologies if this is a little bit all over the place, but I wanted to be honest with you guys. Life has been lifing. Life has been difficult. Things have been difficult. However, I will say this, that my support system, my tribe, I don't know where I would be outside, other than God and my family. I don't know where I would be. My family have been amazing. My family and friends have been so supportive in this time, and that's what's given me just encouragement and strength and everything that I need. And obviously God is God, right? Like God is just God. God is good. God is faithful. God is just wonderful, and he's amazing in all that he does, even through and even in the midst of the storm. But I would be lying to you guys if I said that it wasn't difficult. Like, I haven't even been on my Instagram properly. I haven't really been on stories. I'm planning to go back tomorrow. I went off of it for a period in March and then came back, and then I went off again because I just haven't had anything to say. Like, my mind has been, a bit all over the place. And by the way, you might be thinking as well, so why are you coming and saying all of this on here? When my best friend passed away, when I first started YouTube was very therapeutic to me. It was just a way for me to be able to release, and it was so helpful for me to be able to share like what I was going through. And it was also a blessing for other people as well. I got people that would message me and be like, hey, I'm grieving, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, and your video really helped me, because it was like I felt like someone actually understood. And obviously, like I keep saying, at the beginning of the year, I made it a point to go back to that place again where I can just be open, I can be transparent, and I can be honest on this journey. When I first started YouTube, I started it to document my process, to document my journey. And that means the highs and the lows, the good and the bad, so that people can see a rounded view of my life, not just the highlight reels that we tend to see these days, not just the amazing moments, but also the things are hard. So the very, very first lesson that I have learnt in this season, this horrible, not very nice season that I'm in right now, is that God is still good even when things are bad. I'll say that again. That God is still good even when things are bad. I think that, as you guys know, or in case you don't know, I'm a believer, I'm a Christian. Literally, my existence is on the foundation of God. God is my foundation for everything. My relationship with Jesus is literally the foundation of everything that I do. But it's so easy to have faith, and it's so easy to be in a place whereby you say the amens, the hallelujahs. Yes, I have faith. God is going to do it. God is going to this. God is going to do that. When things are going right, it's easy to have faith in that time. But can you still have the same level of faith when everything around you, or at least it feels like everything around you, is going wrong? That is where true faith comes, right? We know that faith is literally, and if we look at the definition of faith. Apologies, guys, just got an important phone call, an update with regards to everything that has been going on right now. But yeah, so the definition of faith, I looked it up on Google, and it says complete trust or confidence in someone or something, or strong belief in the doctrines of a religion based on spiritual conviction rather than proof. So that's what it says on Google, right? That faith is. But in scripture, in Hebrews 11, and I think it's from verse 1, it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things. Sorry, the page just opened up. But yeah, it says Hebrews, this is in the New King James Version. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So I'm not going to read the rest of it, but literally is the substance of things hoped for, the things that we hope for, the things that we're believing in, and the evidence of things that are not seen, right? That is the definition of faith, things that you might not be able to see. And as believers, and as people of faith, or even if you're not a believer, it's so easy to have faith when everything is showing you or pointing in that direction. But your real faith is tested. The real faith, your real convictions are tested when things are going wrong and you're literally physically seeing the direct opposite of what you're believing for. So in this instance, believing this, that God will heal this loved one, and you're looking at this loved one, and every single thing that is happening to them and that is in front of them is the complete opposite of that. The doctors are saying one thing, the nurses are saying another thing, even they are saying the complete opposite of what you are believing, what you're believing God for. But something that I've really just had to learn in this season is is that my job is to have faith even where everything looks contrary to what I know and what I believe. That's real faith. Real faith is when you can look at everything that's happening in front of you and say, do you know what? I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know what, I don't know why. But God is going to make a way in this. God is going to deliver. God is going to heal. God is going to restore. That is when your faith is really, really tested. And one of the things that even as I have been praying, I've just been reminded, like, God is still good. Even in the midst of the storm, even in the midst of everything that I'm going through, even in the midst of everything my family is going through, even in the midst of the pain, the hardship, the brutal situation that we are experiencing, God is still good because he doesn't change. And that's faith. Because you might sound crazy. You might seem like other people would look at you and be like, but you're going through this. How on earth could you be this hopeful, this faithful? How on earth could you be this positive when everything around you is like, it just seems like it's upside down? Because God is still good. God is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. And I apologize for all of you guys that are like, oh my gosh, this is turning into a sermon. This is turning into a sermon, baby. Because let me tell you right now, I make it very, very clear. I've made it clear throughout my entire journey. My relationship with God is number one. And that is the only thing that truly, in all honesty, matters. In the midst of it all, that's the only thing that really, really matters. And no one can tell me, I'm so sorry. I know there's people out there that will say different. No one can tell me that God doesn't exist. No one can tell me that God doesn't work, because I've seen it with my own eyes, the evidence of his work. I've seen it. I've seen God perform miracles. I've seen it with my own eyes. But I had to really, really remember in this season, like, God is still good even when things are going bad. Just because I'm in a situation doesn't change who God is. It doesn't change the fact that he's still a merciful God, that he's still a loving God, that he's still a kind God. It doesn't change. Because that's life. That's the world that we live in. We live in a world where our bodies are fleeting. We can be healthy today and not healthy tomorrow. Like, that's just the way that it is. But God is still good. I don't know how else to describe it and stuff like that, but I just want to remind you as well, you might be going through whatever you are going through. I don't know if it's sickness, disease, divorce, your family seems like it's falling apart. Everything around you could be going wrong. But one thing that I want you to remember is that God is still good. And I promise you that he will make a way. Literally, as we sing the songs, Waymaker, Miracle Worker, Promise Keeper. It's so easy again to sing all of these songs when things are easy and things are going well. But can we still sing these songs? Can we still have the same level of faith? Can we still say the same things with the same level of conviction, especially when things are going wrong? That's the question I really had to ask myself. Is it that I just believe in this Jesus, I just believe in this God when everything in my life is going the way that I want? Or is it that even in the midst of the trenches, I can still believe and know that God is still good? Yeah, man. Anyway, hallelujah. So the second thing that I have learned in this season where things have been not so great, is that life doesn't stop for you. And I'm just looking at my notes here, but literally that's what I wrote. Life doesn't stop for you. You may be going through a really tough and a hard period, and it connects actually to some of the points that I'm going to be making after this, but life doesn't stop for you. I wish it could. And this reminds me, and it takes me back again to when my best friend Adele Addo passed away back in 2014, I believe. Jesus, how have I? Yeah, it's 2014. Wow. Because it feels like such a long time ago. But 2014 and then 2015 was when I started my YouTube channel. Yeah. But when she passed away in 2014, I remember feeling angry that people just went back to their lives. Like, I was angry at people for a while, actually. Let me not even lie to you guys. But I was angry for a period of time because everyone just went back to normal. And I was like, how is everyone just going back to work, going back to uni, going back to school, like nothing had ever happened? Even people that were posting on social media, I was like, how are people just posting on social media? And I felt as though it was because they didn't care. But that's not the truth. The matter of the fact is that life still goes on. Life still has to happen. People still have to go to work. People still have to take their kids to school. People still have to go back to uni. People still have to do whatever it is that they need to do. Life actually still goes on. And even in this period as well, I've really had to relearn that. It was something that I learned in that season, and I learned a few years ago when other stuff had been happening, and just, in different points in time where things have happened. I don't think that half of you guys even know like half of the journey and the process that I've been on to even get to this point where I am now. But when things have happened, I've just had to relearn every single time. Like, life doesn't stop for you. I know that you feel like you are extra special, and that when things are going wrong in your life, everyone must shut everything down. But that is just not the reality of life. Life doesn't stop for you. And I just had to relearn that things will still go on. My clients still expect me to get things done. They don't care if I'm having a breakdown every other day. And it's not that they don't care, i.e. about me, because I have fantastic, our clients are amazing. They're so loving, so kind, wonderful. I'm so happy about that. But ultimately, our clients are paying us money to do a job. And it's not going to cut it if I'm turning around and saying, oh, well, I'm so sorry, but I just can't do the job because, I'm having a breakdown because of X, Y, and Z that's going on in my life. Now, they may be empathetic. They may be sympathetic. They may turn around and say, do you know what? We're so sorry. We sympathize with you. Is there anything that we can do? But other than that, outside of that, they're expecting to get what we promised them. They're not going to put what they're doing on pause because of what I'm going through. And I know this sounds really, really harsh, and it may sound difficult for you to understand and for people to hear, but it's important that we recognize that life doesn't stop just because we're going through something. And that leads me into my third point. You still have to make a choice, or you still have a choice to make. Now, I can either choose that I'm going to let this thing absolutely crush me. I'm going to be devastated every day. I'm going to go in bed and curl up in a ball, and all I'm going to do all day is cry. Or I can choose to, yes, have a cry, go through the motions, do whatever it is that I need to do because I'm a human being and I'm allowed to express and go through my emotions. But outside of that, after that, what happens after that? I have to make a choice. Maybe you're in a space right now, like I said, where things are really, really tough. Things are not going well. Things are tough. Things are difficult. It's a struggle. But we still have a choice to make. We still wake up every single day and we get to choose what we do. Yes, no, will it always go exactly the way that you want it? No. There were days when I woke up and I made a decision. I said that today's the day. I'm going to make sure that I get X and Y and Z done. I'm going to make sure that, sorry guys, I have glue on my lashes still, but I'm going to make sure that I get X and Y and Z done, and things just don't go that way. That is okay. Tomorrow we go again. But I've had to wake up every single day and be intentional and make a choice about what it is that I'm going to do in the midst of the pain, in the midst of the hurt, in the midst of this horrible season that we're in. You still have a choice to make. It's not enough to turn around and just say, oh, well, everything's going wrong. Everything is rubbish. Oh no, I'm just gonna, just leave it at that. Everything is trash. I don't want any part of it. No, we still have a decision and a choice to make. It just is. It's just a part of life, So that was the third thing that I really learned in this season, that we still have a choice to make. Number 4, really, really important as well. You have to adapt. You have to adapt. My life looked very different, let's say 6-7 weeks ago. Before that, I had my schedule. I knew what I was doing. I had everything written down. Everything was ready to go. I was so happy, excited. We're on our way. And then all of a sudden, you're hit with a brick wall. So you have to learn to adapt. Either you sit there staring at this brick wall. And the last 2 points kind of connect already. But either you can sit there and just look at this wall and think, oh my gosh, I've been stopped now. There's nothing else I can do. Or you make a decision and you say, how can I get over this wall? How can I get around this wall? How can I adapt to the situation and the circumstance that I found myself in? So I had to adapt my working day. And thank God I'm so, super, super blessed because I have a team. I have people that I can also rely on, that I can delegate responsibility to. I'm in a place whereby I work for myself, so I don't have to check in with anyone to ask them, oh, can I take time off because I need to go and look after a loved one? I don't have to do any of that kind of stuff, which I'm so grateful for. But I had to adapt my schedule. I had to adapt just the way that I'm doing things. I just had to adapt my life in order for me to still get things done, so that I don't use, oh my gosh, I'm going through something, as an excuse as to why I can't still hit my goals. You know, for the first couple of weeks, I found it difficult because my head was just not there. My mind was just not there. Like, I just wasn't focused. I just didn't know how to adapt. But after a couple of weeks, I just learned to adapt, and I just had to pick up the rhythm again. And some of the things that I kind of like put on a back burner because of all the stuff that was going on, I was like, no, Nissy, we're not going to do that. We're not going to use this as a reason why you can't hit the goals that you said that you were going to hit. And I actually feel like what we're going through is so much bigger than just the loved one being sick. There's spiritual aspects to it. There are things that I believe are at play at the moment. But that's okay. We're adapting and we keep going, because there is no way, it's a very cliche line, it's a cliche bar, but I'm going to say it anyway. There's no way that God brought me this far just to bring me this far. There is no way. Like, I feel like I'm at bulldozer level now. I'm in a place now where there is literally nothing that can stop me from hitting my goals and doing the things that I want to do. Yes, things may get tough, things may become difficult, but I've just decided that there is absolutely nothing that can stop me. There are certain goals that I set at the beginning of this year, or end of last year into this year, for this year. And there is no way that I'm not executing on them. The last few years I felt like has been a lot of work in terms of just working to see how things go, working to not necessarily even see how things go, but it's been a lot of foundation laying. So it's been a lot of, laying the bricks, laying the foundation, really digging deep. This year, the one word that I just knew was my word for this year is execution. Like, execute. You've been laying the foundations, you've been planning, you've been doing some, stuff. Even my women's suit line, that is nearly at the end point of execution. But that has been something I've been working on with my team for 2 years. 2 years. I started talking to suppliers, things kept going wrong. I wasted so much money. Oh my goodness, if you even know how much money I have spent trying to make this thing happen. And this year I said, this is the year. No more excuses, no more nothing. This is the year. It has to happen. So that's probably the biggest thing. You have to learn how to adapt. Life is going to get hard. There are always going to be bumps in the road. You just have to learn to adapt according to it. You've got your end goal, you've got your focus. So you just need to know, okay, cool, I can't go this way, no problem. I'm going to divert to another route. As long as I still get to my destination, that's all that matters. Number 5, what I've learned during this season that I'm in right now, while life has really been lifing, that everything that you think that matters doesn't really matter at all. Because every day of my life, you guys know how obsessed I am with my work. I'm obsessed with my business. I'm obsessed with my career. Like, I love what I do so much. And though there are ups and downs, etc., I spend most of my days focusing on how I can get a step closer to my end goals, right? Every day, I obsess over it. I love it. It's what I do. But the moment that I got that phone call, the moment that some of this stuff started to happen, it's so funny how I dropped everything. I didn't care. And again, I know that I'm very blessed as well, because I'm in a position where I've built a business and I've got a team and I'm able to delegate and have days where, like yesterday, I couldn't be around. So I had to literally delegate everything to my team and just be like, guys, manage this, etc. But honestly speaking, guys, like, everything that you think matters doesn't really matter. Like, it's all great. All the goals that I have and the things that I want to do is all amazing. And of course, I'm not saying it doesn't matter so that now I'm just like, well, there's nothing really in life that we need to bother about, so I'm not going to do anything. Absolutely not. Because I know what these goals, I know what's at stake. There's a lot at stake. But I also recognize as well that they're just a bonus. They're an addition. What really matters are your loved ones, your friends and your family, the people that you care about. Because honestly speaking, everything could be good today and tomorrow they could be gone. By the grace of God, I thank God, because we're in a place where that's not the situation and the circumstance. But things like this just put life into perspective. Everything that you think really matters, the car, the clothes, the houses, whatever, it doesn't really mean anything. In the grand scheme of things, like it doesn't. That's why, for example, you have celebrities who have everything that they could ever dream of, but they're still depressed. You have people who can literally walk into any store and buy whatever it is that they want, and yet they're suicidal, you know? That's why you still have those things, because ultimately it doesn't mean anything if you don't have your health and if you don't have loved ones to share those things with. It means absolutely nothing. And then I'm actually going to give you guys one more bonus one, because I thought of this as I was typing out my notes for today. And it basically is that if you don't learn from this season that you are going through, it's a waste of pain. If you don't learn from the season that you are experiencing, the season that you are going through, it is a waste of pain. It's so funny because I actually talk about this a lot with my ladies on the Powerclass program. And for anyone that doesn't know, I run a program to help women reclaim their power and to excel and level up in every way. And one of the things that I talk about is pain. And one of the actual titles of the sessions that I do is Pain Will Come, So What? Because again, that is life. Everybody goes through something. Everybody has stuff that they're fighting. It just is what it is. For someone over there, it could be because they're poor and they're literally fighting for their lives to come out of poverty or to be able to have a meal in the day. Somebody over there, it could be that they are depressed and they're fighting for their life just to come out of bed. Somebody over there could have just lost somebody and they're fighting for their life, trying to grieve what's going on in their life. Like, every single person on this planet experiences pain. It's gonna come, whether we like it or not, whether we want to admit it or not. Pain is always going to come in life. But if we don't learn from it, if we don't try to draw the lessons, because I truly do believe that in every painful place, there is a lesson to be learned. Everything. I don't believe that these things just come to not teach us anything. I believe that we come out stronger, we come out wiser. Again, that's a choice. Some people choose not to see things like that. That's absolutely fine. If you want to, just see everything as, oh my gosh, woe is me and the world is out to get me and everything has gone wrong, and you just want to stay in that pit, maybe this is not the space for you. But for the people that I know follow me, the people that are willing to push past their pain, I want to remind you today that there is a lesson in every single thing. Now, am I saying that it was right for you to go through whatever it is that you have gone through or are going through? Absolutely not. But I truly do believe that there is a lesson to be learned in all of it. Even in this time right now, like, I'm even seeing like my faith is just being stirred up in a whole new way, on a whole new level. And sometimes you have to go through these difficult seasons in order for even your faith to be stretched and your faith to be matured and your faith to grow. Otherwise, how would you grow? How do we know how sweet the good is if we don't experience the harsh realities of the bad? So, that's my bonus one that I just wanted to throw in there. If you are not willing to learn the lesson, and this is something I had to remind myself of, like, what is it that God is saying to me through this time? What is it that God wants me to do? What is it that I'm trying to stay in tune with what God is trying to do in this season, rather than being in tune purely with my emotions and allowing my emotions to overcome or to literally push me away from everything that God is trying to say and do in this season. So I just want to leave that with you, and I'm going to wrap it there. But if you are unwilling to learn the lessons in this season, I'm telling you right now, you are wasting the pain. It's just going to be, I was hurt and that was it, and there was nothing else to kind of pull from it. And you might not feel like it today. Maybe today is a really, really bad day. And right now you just feel like, Nissy, there's no lessons in this. It just hurts too much. I don't know what to tell you, but there's just no lesson that I'm seeing in it. That is absolutely fine. But don't ignore it when it comes later on, when you start to uncover certain things. Even maybe your behaviors will start to change. Maybe you will start to say things that are different to what you were saying before because of what you went through. Don't let it be a waste of pain, But yeah, guys, that is everything that I wanted to say in this video. like I said, we are being open and transparent this year. And I just wanted to say to anyone that may be watching this, if you're watching this right now and you know that you are in your painful season, you're maybe going through it right now, you're in the depth of the valley, like you are in the trenches right now, I just want to remind you, and I just want to say to you, just keep going. I know it may not look great right now. It may be very painful, very difficult, very frustrating right now. But I promise you, I swear to you, you are going to come out of this. You're going to come out of this stronger, better, more powerful. I promise you, you're going to come out of the other side and you're not even going to be able to recognize yourself when you come out of this. So keep going. Don't die in transition. Don't die in the wilderness. Don't allow the pain. Don't succumb to the pain. Keep going. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult, but keep going. Don't let the enemy, don't let your negative thoughts, don't let the pain that you're going through win. Just keep going. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys again in my next video, which should be a lot more cheerful than what this has been. But I hope that you enjoyed it. Do leave a comment below if you have, or if you want to add something to this conversation as well. And I'll see you guys again in my next video. See you guys. And by the way, I'm not drinking rosé wine. This is actually squash. I just wanted to be dramatic, of course.